Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Serie A action. And I cannot wait for this. I am buzzing for this. Arsene Wenger, Thierry Henry in the crowd. Como and Nico Pats take on a Juventus side that is yet to truly give us, I reckon, their best football as of yet. But we're in for an absolutely massive one here. So I'm getting all the socials sorted out here before kickoff here. I can't wait for this. This is going to be an absolute belter on so many different levels. I hope it lives up to expectation. When I saw this game was the early kickoff, I was all over that in a heartbeat. The lineups are coming out now, so let me rattle through them quickly. So Smallish, Diego Carlos and Kempf, been a great back three this season. Kakare and Perrone in midfield have also shone for Como this season. They're the five midfield. Nico Pats plays behind Alvaro Morata, who yet to really find his best football at the football club. Kuhn on the bench. Goldanigo on the bench as well. Assan Diao will be there as well. So a lot of talent all over the park for Como. They're a sign that, as I often have been referencing over the last 18 months, are going to be that team making that breakthrough to the big boys. And that's what Juve are. They are a big boy. And Como want to be showing that they have got what it takes to compete with this side here. Thank you to everyone who's joining me here in this Super Sunday Serie A fixture. Let me know your score pictures in the comment section. I'll do that in a tick. All right, all right, all the socials have been worked on. We are now ready to go. I'll quickly read through the Juventus lineup as we get ready for kickoff here. It's Di Gregorio in goal. Rugani and Kelly play at the back. Cambiaso and Kalulu make up the back four for Igor Tudor. Locatelli, the skipper, midfield alongside Kefran Turam and Tion Kut Miners. It's Chico Conceição, Kenan Yildiz, and Jonathan David up top. That means players like João Mario, Federico Gatti, Weston McKennie, Kostic, Openda, and obviously Dusan Vlahovic all start on the bench. For this one here, I'm going to go a 2-2 draw. I have a really good feeling it's going to be an entertaining game, a back and forth game. A game that's going to have a lot of talent on display. I think it's the best way to put it. And we're here on Lake Como for what is going to be an absolutely splendid game, I think. It'll be Juventus to kick us off here. They're in a traditional white and black strip. Como in their beautiful, stunning blue strip. It's Super Sunday. We are underway with Juventus kicking us off. They go from right to left. Como from left to right. Mathis, I remember you, my friend, from an earlier fixture. Welcome in. Cannot wait for this one here. Smallic to get us back underway. Como have been the great improvers, the great entertainers of Serie A. As people in this channel will know, I am a Nico Paz supporter, so always keep an eye on this Como side and what they can do. Alvaro Morata leading the line. Going to be a dangerous threat, but a return to the starting 11 for Daniel Rugani alongside Lloyd Kelly. So good to see the Italian centre-half back in the starting 11. Nico Paz winning that ball back there. Look for Maxime Perrone in midfield. He's been a standout player for Como this season as well. He'll be a player to keep an eye on for Como as well in that battle with Turam. Just getting everything here lined up. There's Igor Tudor on screen. He's done a good job, I think, at Juventus, giving them some solidity, which they needed. Just some control at the football club. It has been really chaotic in the last few seasons for Juventus. That throw back into play. It's a battle midfield with Locatelli in there. Jonathan David drops that ball off. The referee's blowing his whistle. He wants to bring the ball back. There's Daniel Guindos Lopez, the assistant coach of the touchline. I think must be Cesc Fabregas dealing with a suspension. Yeah, we'll look to keep it civil. I think it's the best word to say it. They'll keep it compact. They'll take too many risks. They've gone with a bit of a more attacking lineup today, but as we've seen this season, and even in the last season as well, they don't concede many goals. They struggle to score them. That's the major problem. That was a problem they had last year. Big focus on Theo Koopmeiners. If you watch the podcast, we've been talking about him now for a while. Yet to really hit his stride at Juventus across the last 14 to 15 months. They really need him to step up. Really need him to find his form. That Atalanta Theo Koopmeiners was a Player of the Year candidate in Serie A. Yet to really hit his straps with Juventus. So maybe today's the day. They might need that to get the better of this Como side. The ball rolled into Alvaro Morata. Turned from Nico Paz. Voivoda's ball. Took a nick off Cambiaso, and it's gone out for a corner kick. There's Como fans very, very happy in the home end. Maybe Nico Paz over this corner kick. Plays short. D'Acunha. Nico Paz! What a ball to the back post! And the scoring's opened up! It's Kempf again! And Como take the lead! It was a fabulous ball for Nico Paz. And the centre-half said, I'll have a bit of that at the back post. Juve flat-footed. And it's Como that take the lead at home in this massive matchup in Serie A. What a delicious ball in. And Oliver Kempf said, I'll get at the end of that. The German international tapping it home from almost 2 yards. What a well-worked short corner. Give and go. And oh, that's delicious from Nico Paz. Simply stunning. The finish, he just get any sort of connection out from Oliver Kempf. But can we talk about the ball for Nico Paz? Whip, speed, dip. It had the lot. And Kempf on the score sheet. 1-0 Como. And now all for Juventus to do on this Sunday lunchtime kickoff. What an electric start for the Como Football Club. And what a start we have to this game here. Those at home, those home fans, will be very, very happy. The dream start. And once again, Nico Paz showing the world of football why he is one of the best talents in the world. Butte comes out and launches that ball high up the pitch. The chase for Voivoda. And Locatelli goes back to Di Gregorio, who has conceded here. I said it early on, it's for Juventus, it's about clean sheets, it's about solidity at the back. That's what they thrive off, but already conceding in the opening 4 minutes. They have to do the attacking work now. Here's Kenan Yildiz. Into Cambiaso, squeeze the ball to Jonathan David. Como doing very well to keep him touch tight. What a start to this game here. Electric. And the Como fans find their voice. Locatelli. Broken up by Maxime Perrone. Now Daniel Rugani. It's about the character of this Juventus side. They have the ability to come from behind. We've seen a lot of it in the Champions League, in particular that 4-4 draw with Borussia Dortmund. We've seen it against Inter Milan earlier this season. But in recent weeks, that's a poor back pass from Lloyd Kelly. Di Gregorio keeps the ball in play. And it's Kalulu searching up the line. Kempf. Ball turned away from danger by D'Acunha. Kempf looking for Alberto Moreno, but that ball just out of reach of the Spanish international. The referee, very pedantic on where this throw is taken. So Kalulu to get us back underway. 6 minutes and change here. And it is Oliver Kempf to open the scoring. Getting on the end of that splendid ball from Nico Paz on the short corner. Now Como can really be in cruise control. They can look to dominate possession. Keep Juventus at arm's length. Sit in when they have to. Butte. Kempf. D'Acunha around the corner to find Alberto Moreno. Into Alvaro Morata. He's dropped in a little pocket here on the halfway line. D'Acunha. Great little give and go there with Alvaro Morata. Pats. For Voida now. This is really, really stereotypical Como football here. In and out of feet, getting the ball from side to side and keeping the opposition running. Paul from D'Acunha there, gives it away. Here's Conceição. Now Locatelli, the Juventus skipper. His touch just got away from him and it affected the pass, and in the end, quite poor from the Italian. Danny Quindos there, the assistant. Very, very happy with the way his side has started. As for Igor Tudor, there's a lot to do now. I think the one thing that is going to be the Achilles heel of Juventus this season is if they go down, if they have to chase games of football, that's when things get a little bit more nervy for this Juve side. Rugani nicking in there and putting that out of play for a Como throw. It really is the ultimate start here for Como. There's Kenan Yildiz around the corner to Locatelli. Brought down by Alvaro Morata, and the referee agrees. Foul against the Spanish centre-forward. They go a 2-2 prediction. A goal so early on in the game is very conducive to that scoreline. You just see if Juventus can start to turn up the wick, increase the speed of ball movement, in particular in that final third where at times they can be quite slow, sluggish and sideways. It's been a theme of this Juventus side now for 2 seasons. Kempf just fouling the back of David there, and Juventus now have a chance to build up from the halfway line instead. Good miners. Kalulu give and go there with Conceição away from the Alberto Moreno challenge. And here goes the French fullback. Finding Conceição. Runners in the box. Conceição onto that left foot. David looked to lay it off to Coop Miners. And Kelly fouling Nico Pats. And a yellow card for Lloyd Kelly such early on in this game. That's ridiculous from the referee. And Igor Tudor is incensed, because that is it's ridiculous so in this game. Lloyd Kelly's picked up a yellow card, but I don't know really what for. It was a 50-50 challenge with Nico Pats. A bit of the shirt was pulled. It's a foul in every country. A yellow card though, and none, I don't think. And it's just quite ridiculous card to give out in the opening 10 minutes from the referee. And the fourth official is getting an absolute earful from Igor Tudor on the touchline. The Juventus fans, you can hear what they think about it. There's Gattuso in the stands. He and Italy have got their work cut out for them qualifying for the World Cup. Joining us now, it's an Oliver Kempf goal from a Nico Pats corner that has given Como the lead here. They took the lead inside of 4 minutes. A stunning ball to the back post where Kempf was there to tap home from basically 2 yards. And now it is all for Juventus to do. They have to chase this game now. Here's Pierre Kalulu into Conceição, who's always a live wire. He was fouled, it looked like. And now another yellow card given out. And second yellow card inside of 11 minutes. Alberto Moreno's first challenge on Conceição warrants in this referee's book a yellow card. And the reason behind that, I may never know. 2 soft yellows inside of 11 minutes here in Como. It was a real nothing challenge. It was late, but I think the standard has been set now by the referee. Nico Pats met Kefren Turam, and it's out of Pats in the end, and it'll be a Juve throw. Seems to be a bit of a shuffle in the Como line. There seems to be 2 number 10s, Kakare and Nico Pats, playing as a sort of triangle alongside Alvaro Morata up top. Here's Diego Carlos to deal with that ball. And the flag eventually rises against Jonathan David. Massive season to come for Diego Carlos, a player who was good when fit at Aston Villa, also good in La Liga prior to his time there. I think if he stays fit for 80% of the season, Como are going to be doing well. Obviously, they had the signing of Rafael Varane last season and decided to retire due to concussion. And it really left a massive hole in that back line. Oliver Kempf is a great pickup as well. But Diego Carlos is really a match winner. And a really consistent centre-half and a dynamic player on his day. So keeping him fit, keeping him on the park, playing alongside Oliver Kempf and also Smolcic at the back will be a real important theme of Como's season. Kenan Yildiz on the left-hand side is going to keep Vojvoda very busy today, you think. Now, crossfield ball dealt with by Alberto Moreno. Kalulu into Locatelli. Now with Conceição, such a tricky dribbler. Keeps the ball at his feet. And the handball in the end because he slipped over. He really has been the most dangerous player for Juventus in this opening quarter of an hour or so. The Portuguese international getting his head down, looking to drive at this Como backline. Oh, gee, loose touch there for Roberto Moreno, but in the end, Perrone cleans it up. Vojvoda now. Smolcic making the run outside of him. It's back with Diego Carlos. Butea can just take some time here in the football and pick his pass. But as is the theme with Como, they look to play through the lines. Keep possession. Nico Paz dropping in deep now. Look at this football out the back. Perrone's ball, just a little bit too much for the goal scorer, Oliver Kempf. Great ball to get in the box. Kenan Yildiz now picks the ball up. Great reverse ball. Locatelli's curler. Nowhere near it. That's a real theme of Juventus' first 15 minutes. Well astray. Thank you everyone for joining me on this Super Sunday. What a fixture this one is. Another classic from the Serie A. We've had a lot of them this season. And a lot of great lunchtime kickoffs on the Sunday. This one no difference. As we look to the Juve bench there, Dusan Vlahovic, Kostic. Dangerous players who can make an impact in this game if called upon. Look around the corner looking for Vojvoda. Helped with, however, by Cambiasso, and now back to Di Gregorio. Oliver Kemp's 4th minute effort. The difference so far, Como 1, Juventus 0. The ball will deflect out and off the flag and out for a goal kick. Smolcic on screen. He is going to have to be the one doubling up with Vojvoda on Kenan Yildiz. He hasn't seen much of the football. Look at that support in the home end. Those Como fans have a lot to be excited about, but they are making a hell of a lot of noise here on the lake. This lunchtime kickoff. Here's Locatelli now. Kenan Yildiz. Beautiful dink ball, but Butea's come off his line and done very well. That's an awkward ball, but Butea does well to get rid of that ball. Great turn from Kenan Yildiz. Away from Pats. He feeds in Kefran Turam. Numbers joining in the box. Jonathan David at the near post. Dealt with by Diego Carlos. He goes down. You always got to hold your breath when he goes down. Vojvoda does well. Hooked up the pitch and he'll come back with interest. Sorry, Lloyd Kelly. Daniele Rugani, who can, I guess, for a degree, be at fault for that opening goal. Didn't pick up the run at the back post of Oliver Kempf, and it's that reason why Como have the lead here on Sunday. Goal Juventus. Unless you're a minute ahead of me, Maliki, I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. have to wait and see if Juventus find the back of the net here. I might be delayed. Conceição into Kalulu. Now with Lloyd Kelly. Juve just starting to warm up into this game here. They were caught really flat-footed and cold to start this game off. Such a swift start from FC Como. So football royalty in the house, as you saw before kickoff. Arsene Wenger, Thierry Henry in the house. Obviously Gattuso, the Italian manager as well. Here's Conceição cutting inside. Left-footed ball, Conceição. Always rising. Looked like it to a touch. I don't know if it did in the end. But once again, Conceição really has been the dangerous player for Juventus so far. Not many others have joined in. His ability to drop the shoulder and get his head down and cut inside. And that's well over the crossbar there. He's Oliver Kempf now. Como playing out from the back. Carlos. Pats. Now with Voivoda around the corner. Broken up by Lloyd Kelly. Juventus done well with the press here. And that pass from Cambiasso just away from its target. And here come Como down the break. It's Varamarata all alone up top here. And he's done well to win that ball out for a Como throw. 1-0 to Como in the opening 19 minutes here. Juventus have grown into the game, but haven't really dealt much of a blow to this Como back line. Great little give and go there. Here's Alberto Moreno. That ball into the box quite easily dealt with in the end by Lloyd Kelly. Former English centre-half of AFC Bournemouth. Finding his starting 11 spot here at Juventus. And a consistent starter at that. Goal contributions now in a few games. Oh, Kake. Got in behind quite easy in the end. Diego Gregorio and Lloyd Kelly just telling the back line to wake up because Kake got in way too easily there from the throw. Voivoda to go over to take this corner kick now in the 20th minute mark. Como attacking that goal in front of the Juventus fans. And they will not want to see another one find the back of the net here in the first half. It'll be Voivoda's right-footed in-swinger. Goes low in the end. Not quite dealt with. And Perrone and Pats just both left it. Here's a chance for Juve on the counter-attack. It's 3-on-2. It's a power play with Conceição. Jonathan David and the blue shirts are flooded back well. Kenan Yildiz. He's got Cambiasso on the outside of him. It's Yildiz. Oh. Curling effort, but just missing the target in the end. And a massive, dangerous attack there for Juventus. Not pounced upon by Kenan Yildiz in the end. He had options outside of him. Fairly enough, took it on himself. He's been the man in form this season for Juve. But the finish just lacked that precision. Looked to go the inside of the foot and curl that ball into the far corner, but Bultez's goal was not under pressure there. But that is a threat for Juventus. If Como commit 2 numbers forward, if they become lax in possession, they can be caught on the break. Morata wins that header. Perrone. Now Kakare. Alberto Moreno is high up the pitch on his left-hand side. A ball looking in for Morata. Take his touchdown well. It's come to Voivoda. Voivoda. Left foot. Morata. Broken up by Locatelli very well coming back. Yildiz away from the initial challenge and then brought down by Smolcic. And he has been given a yellow card. A third of the opening 22 minutes here on the lake. Once again, Kenan Yildiz so tricky, so dangerous on the football. Just confirmation there. Smolcic alongside Alberto Moreno. So 2 defenders picking up yellow cards inside of the first quarter of this game. Locatelli's just dropping him between the two centre-halves here. Dealing with a Nico Pats press. Rugani. Kalulu now. And it's found Conceição. He's ball around the corner. Missing the target of Jonathan David. And now back in possession of Como. Locatelli sliding in there, but unable to keep possession for Juventus. That's out for a Como throw. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Welcome to Super Sunday on the Players Own channel. Very happy to have you all here for this great early kickoff. The first in Europe to be kicked off today, so no reason not to get involved here. You can see Hassan Diao there on the bench for Como. He's a player to keep an eye on for later in this game if he has to have a chance to come on off the bench. Saying that Morata's produced one of his better starts to a game so far at Como in the opening 23 minutes. So it's been bright signs for Como. They've had moments going forward. They've always had the moment of the game with the opening goal inside of 4 minutes. But what they've done well so far is limit the chances for Juventus. Nico Pads flicking that ball over his head. Locatelli's ball hoiked forward, but Oliver Kemp can get back and keep that ball back with Como possession. It's been the two number 10s. That's been the talking points coming into this game here. Kenan Yildiz and Nico Pats. Both have had little moments in this game. Obviously, Nico Pats had that incredible delivery to find Kemp for the opening goal. But both in general play have been kept quiet by the opposition. Back underway now from that offside against Voivoda. David dropping in now. David, Koopmeiners, Kalulu, Conceição. Dinked ball looking for David again. Great pressing from Conceição. He's won the ball back for Juventus. It's Conceição. Yildiz with a little flick. Met by Smolcic with a great block. Koopmeiners now. And Kalulu's touch took him out of play, and it's Como throw. Cesc Fabregas upstairs, never happy. A Spanish international. He's always a man that wants the best for this football club and is the reason why they're in such a lofty position coming to this game here. As it currently stands, both teams equal on points, equal on goal difference as well. This will be Juventus' first loss of the year if they go down here. Obviously last night, Napoli losing, Roma losing, and that means Inter Milan, the great veteran side, to go back top of Serie A as we currently stand. Atalanta Bologna to play, Cremonense to play also. They could also climb the table. Here's Nico Pats turning away from Lloyd Kelly. Feeding the ball in to Maxime Perone. Now Smolcic. This is the football that Como want to play. One touch, two touch stuff. Making Juve chase, and they will do that here. Kempf. Carlos now. Quite comfortable in the ball. Quite comfortable playing between the lines. That's what Como will do. Perone. Here's Kakade. I think it is going to be players like Maxime Perone, Kakade, Pats. If you can get the ball into their feet, into a central area, they will make great things happen. They are live wires. They are smart, creative midfielders. And you've also got the bruiser and the Cunha in there as well. So it's a real balance in midfield for FC Como. It's going to mean that Locatelli and Kefren Turam have to be at their very best today. Here's Kenan Yildiz driving. Oh, great drop of the shoulder from Kenan Yildiz. Inside, Koopmeiners. Great block from Oliver Kempf. Not dealt with by Kakare, Kalulu. Now with Locatelli. So just for Conceição on this right-hand side. It's Conceição taking out Alberto Moreno. Dealt with in the end by Oliver Kempf. But once again, danger coming from the wide spaces in Yildiz and Conceição. Juve just finding some momentum, finding some form in this game. Putting Como under the cosh. It's too easy though for Conceição right now. The speed difference and also the yellow card for Alberto Moreno's got one hand tied behind his back right now. It's Theon Koopmeiners. Cunha wins the initial ball. Second ball won by Oliver Kempf and a foul in the end by Kalulu on Kakare. And that'll be a Como free kick on the edge of their own area. Coming together there on the edge of the box. Here's this great little drop of the shoulder from Kenan Yildiz to get inside of Smolcic. And the cutback was great to find Teon Koopmeiners, but just couldn't find a meaningful effort that can get a ride. The block here of sliding in Oliver Kempf. Doing it at both ends. He was the man to open the scoring inside of 4 minutes if you're just joining us. On the end of that, Nico Pats ball into the box. There is Nico Pats. He just lost his footing there. Conceição. That ball not on the same wavelength as young David up top there. Here's Kakare, and Como have got some numbers going forward here, and Juve are slow to track back defensively. Here's Nico Pats with his head down. Slide ball for Morata. On his foot, Morata! Oh, what's a hit? Required a great save from Di Gregorio. Once again on the break. Such a dangerous side, Como. Hit for the punt, Colby. I respect the punt. We need a winner this weekend, so what is the punt, Colby? Let me know the multi or the legs in your bet here. We can track it along. Como corner now on the brink of the half-hour mark. Two standing over this one here. Target that near post once again. It's the outswinger. It's Kempf again. Getting on that De Cunha cross. Could have been a second for Oliver Kempf in this first half. They just have looked brighter, Como. Yes, Juve have had some moments on the ball, but whenever Como have had it, and whenever they've got it in the final third, just seems to be more things happening. 54% of the ball for Juventus, but only the 0.29 XG versus the 0.5 of Como. 5 shots, though, for Juve. Yet to do much with it, though. There you go, Carlos now. It's going to be a massive weekend for Inter Milan if Juve also drop points alongside Roma and Napoli. Oh, great little touch there from Teon Koopmeiners to find Conceição now. Yildiz is in the box waiting. Conceição took the shot on. Moreno with the block. Como have got away for now. Great little return ball to find Kakare. Now Nico Pats. His pass is too much for Perona, but it's kind of Kakare now. Here's Morata. Took the shot on his left foot. Had to play the ball to Kakare. Another corner kick for Como. Too much space in transition right now. The Thuram Locatelli midfield looking like it's been run ragged. Right now, the final end product right now for Como not quite coming to fruition, and that might hurt them in the long run because Juve can't really play much worse than they are right now. They're looking too vulnerable in transition. Not good enough on the ball right now. Outside of Conceição and Kenan Yildiz, it's been blunt. And you see some of the Juve fans letting the players know about it in that away end behind the goal here. Once again, De Cunha. Once again, it'll be a short corner. Vavoda's ball in. Dealt with by Kalulu. Jonathan David wins the second ball and he can run away now. He's away from Kakare. Here's Jonathan David. He's faced up with 4 blue shirts. Joined by Kenan Yildiz now. It's Kenan Yildiz. Looking back for David. Conceição slipped at an important moment. A lot of Juve players losing their footing in this game. And that just ended a really promising counter-attack. Kempf just gets rid. Sorry, it was Boutte who got rid. Locatelli slipping. Pats. Oh, great fullback for Nico Pats. And that ball's ricocheted to Como's way. And here comes Nico Pats. He's in behind. Look, Kelly across. And what a challenge from the Englishman. And a foul, says the referee. A foul. I don't know where the foul is. Nico Pats has to be careful because this referee has been very happy to give yellow cards away. He didn't actually collect Lloyd Kelly at all. The first touch of Nico Pats just got away from him. I think got just too excited bringing that ball forward, and it's ended what could have been a really, really dangerous counter-attack. Lloyd Kelly with a diagonal. And then that can be run away in the end to Butte. It just feels like it's a game for Dusan Vlahovic and his physicality and his ability to run and press. Jonathan David's more of a trickier, speedier centre forward. He just feels like the brunt force of Vlahovic can make the difference, especially against such a tricky and petite back line, which Como have. They had to play between the lines, play out from the back. Here's Kakure, Kempf, Moreno now. It means a throw there off Conceição. Thierry Henry, Arsene Wenger, Raphael Varane, French royalty in the house tonight for this Como side. It is so well backed. You can see why this club is doing so well. Managed by Cesc Fabregas, run at the top by Thierry Henry, run at the top by Arsene Wenger. Development for players like Varane. What a give and go with Kakade and Nico Pats. He can slide that ball in behind. Moreno. Apata Moreno! What a save from Di Gregorio. Voivoda. And that's a poor ball dinked in Di Gregorio. Like in the second save. And Apata Moreno denied. Now by Di Gregorio. And Como just at will right now, getting in behind this Juventus side. Thuram away from Peroni. Thuram running into the brick wall of Diego Carlos. And yellow card. Referee gets a grip. Referee. I don't know what Diego Carlos can really do in that moment. Thuram's just running into him. It's not very professional, but I need to eat. Excuse me. This is Julius. Pull back for Locatelli. Now Kumanis. Oh. Kumanis again. Double block there from the Como back line. Kumanis is in. Oh, to go! Offside. Offside against David. The one time I'm trying to eat some food and Juve want to attack. No complaints from the Juve side. So Telon Koopmeiners must have been offside. But he's well off. Look like the whole Juve side was off. It's such a high line there from Como. Handball shots. Carlos has it by his side. Extended way here. Maybe it wasn't offside. No. Offside confirmed. Looked like it initially, but it's just closer than we thought. Apologies for the chewing. We're done. Back in the action. Morata said it done well. Great take from Locatelli. And playing in Kefren Thuram. And his pass behind Yildiz, which slowed this Juve attack up. David got a good touch. Kempf dealt with it. Juve just sharpening here. We've had some mini moments of momentum for Juve. This is probably their best spell. The last 3.5 to 4 minutes have been very, very well put together from Juve. Linking up the game well. David. Got it to Kalulu. To Thuram. And it's wide of the target. What a chance for Juventus. And Thuram's hurt himself in the process. That's a really, really sharp build-up play. David, Kalulu, and Thuram all involved. Great work in tight areas. Just the finishing end product. Not how to find the back of the net. And Igor Tudor, as such, is quite frustrated. Keep saying it though. There's that man on the bench. Dusan Vlahovic. A proven goal scorer. An absolute goal machine in Serie A. Locatelli went down too easily. Yildiz had that ball won off him by Nico Pats. And then in the end, the Turkish fouls Smolcic. 7 minutes in here to go in first half. Plus some stoppages. Como's lead given to them by Oliver Kempf inside of 4 minutes. He got in the end of a fabulous Nico Pats ball into the box. And that really has been the real moment of quality so far in this first half. And that's the difference between these two sides so far. Could be a fourth game without a win for Juve if they don't get up here. On the back of 3 draws and struggling to score. That's off Cambiaso and out for a Como throw. Worries again have to come up. This is what we've said on the podcast plenty of times now. That yes, Thiago Motta wasn't unbelievable at Juventus, but they weren't losing games of football. They were struggling scoring. And they still are struggling scoring under Igor Tudor, it looks like. David's ball in behind, looking for Conceição. Got the beating of Kempf. Conceição. Just unable once again to find the end product. Just feels like Juve right now have got so many massive chances. They need to find that end product. You can't keep getting away with missing these opportunities. Here's Cope Miners, yeah, well and truly offside in the end. The closest at any Juve player felt like to be onside though, because they're all off. Keldy's run enough, but not enough to stay onside. That cut back to find David was quality. Fair play to Cope Miners, one of his better performances so far this season. Oh. Just making sure the audio is sounding all right in there. Cambiaso, get that ball alive. Come off a void, and somehow that ball stayed in play. Thuram. Nothing doing to the referee. Diego Carlos was in strong. Voivoda. Alberto Moreno now on this left-hand channel. Looking for Kakare. Inside of him. They look to go, but it's come back to Kakare now. Edge of the area. That ball was looking for Morata, but he was in a bit of a squabble with Rugani, and yeah, it goes out for a Juventus goal kick. As we currently stand, Como going to 6th. That's massive for their season. Massive for Juve as well. As I said, it could be 4 games without a win. 3 draws, coming into this game here. Loss on top of that. Mini crisis talks, I guess you can say. Because there's always so much expectation at Juventus. Diego Gorda's got himself into a bit of problems here. Under the press of Alvaro Morata. In the end, they've gotten away from trouble. Kenan Yildiz wins the throw. Thuram. Cambiaso now on this left-hand side. We're going to cut inside. Cambiaso. And the referee is given a fair handball. Handball is Cambiaso. That's ridiculous. It's deflected off 3 feet before it hit his arm. It's come off Perone, but yeah, you know, he has control with the arm, but accidental, you have to say. So 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Como 1, Juve 0. So far, so good for the home side. Moreno up strongly, coming to Morata. Nico Paz up there to join with him. Here is Nico Paz. Vojvoda's ball. Really poor. Really, really poor. Sliced it. And that came out of play. It'll be a Di Gregorio goal kick. Surprising for Vojvoda. He's normally a very tidy footballer, in particular in the final third, but he's placing out 2 crosses in a row. I'd really be happy to go into half-time with this 1-0 lead. I'd take half-time as well, just to stop this mini momentum that Juve have produced approaching half-time here. Juve have looked sharp in moments. That back pass from Lloyd Kelly's almost poor. Oh, Di Gregorio had to be quick and swift because Morata was there. Conceição, he has been the man for Juve so far in this first half. Locatelli, the return ball to the Portuguese. Away from 2 challenges and now finding Kenan Yildiz. Cambiaso's inside of him. Yildiz, one way then the next. And running into the Diego Carlos brick wall. And fantastic work from the Brazilian. Diego Carlos has gone down. And once again, as I said earlier, we always hold our breath with Diego Carlos and going down to the ground. So injury prone. The recent times. Soft tissues, knees, the lot. So we approach the last minute of regulation time here in this first half. Como, I think, will search for half-time here. We're sending everyone high up the pitch, and Butte will look for the halfway line. You'd think it'd be 2 contrasting team talks. Fabregas' side will be all about maintaining their standards, maintaining their football, but being aware of what Juventus can bring. In particular, if the side is lax in possession, they will look to hit on the break. And for Juventus, it'll be about, let's keep doing what we're doing, but be a bit more sharper in the final third because chances have come, but it's about finding that end product. Here's Vojvoda. Cambiaso having the back pedal. Found Kakare. Kept that ball alive. Lloyd Kelly hasn't dealt with it. Morata was in there doing some hard work. Conceição turning away from danger and then brought down by Moreno. Confirmation of 1 minute of stoppage time there. Great pressing from Morata to get his foot in there and win that ball back potentially. Just a couple more seconds left this first half. Di Gregorio now for Cambiaso. Will Juve look to take this forward, or will they just settle for half-time? Rugani. No, they won't. They'll give the ball away. Vojvoda's fed Morata. Morata now to Kakare. It wasn't meant for him. It eventually reaches the Cunha. Vojvoda! What a block for Rugani. That was headed goalward. Oh, massive moment there for Como. Given away just stupidly by Rugani. And you just got to think, surely Gatti comes on at half-time. And there is the whistle for half-time. Oh, chaos in the last moment there for Juventus. They could have gone 2-0 down into half-time. But instead, it's only 1-0. It was Oliver Kempf into the back post to volley home a fabulous ball by Nico Paz in. Como take the lead. They played the better football in the final third. Juve have had their better moments, but all that matters is how clinical you can be in front of goal. And Como have been that side. Juve have wasted some chances. Como have been good defensively. As such, at the half, Como 1, Juventus 0. I'll go for a short half-time break and I'll be back after the interval for what is going to be a very, very entertaining second half's action. Stay with me, guys. Enjoy the halftime interval, and I'll be back for what is going to be a lot of fun in the second half. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Second half action. Just seconds away, it feels like. Only the one change to talk about. Ramon is coming on for Diego Carlos. Maybe a knock, maybe the yellow card he was on. Either way, he is being replaced. 1-0 currently the score. I picked it 2-2. See how that all ends up. But it's been a game of a lot of chances. Just no real clear-cut, obvious ones. Conceição Yildiz have been the most dangerous for Juve. It's all been about Kenan Yildiz for FC Como. We are underway for the second half. Como in their blue strip, kicking from right to left with a 1-goal lead. Juve in traditional black and white stripes from left to right. All to play for. Juve trying to get back in the winner's circle after 3 draws in a row. Como, after 2 draws in a row, want to get back on the winners list as well. Como win, they go up into, let me double check, 6th. So that'll be massive for them if they can hold this position and hold this lead. Four or 5 really good chances for Juve in the first half that they were unable to capitalise on. So they'll be hoping that they're a little bit more clinical in this second half here, because they were actually creating opportunities, which is something that hasn't been a big thing at Juve in recent times. Kemp's headed Ramon in his centre-half partner in the head and has gone down here holding his nose or his forehead. Well, it's a clash of heads, isn't it? Ramon's come off much the better of the two. There is Dusan Vlahovic and Lois Openda warming up. Probably expect those two to come on at some point if the score stays like this. It just feels like it's a game set for a player like Dusan Vlahovic. I say this a lot, but I think Juve are better off with him in the starting 11 rather than not. He is a superstar centre forward that has to play. Plethora of options on the bench for both these two sides here. Extended stop here. Gonna ask to look elsewhere, I guess. Cagliari and Bologna, Genoa and Parma later this evening in Serie A. The Premier League, obviously, it's Aston Villa and Spurs in the afternoon kickoff, and the evening kickoff is Liverpool, Manchester United. In La Liga, Elche and Athletic Club face off not too long from now. Celta and Real Sociedad, who desperately to win bottom of La Liga, face off later on. Freiburg and Eintracht Frankfurt's going to give us goals aplenty. St. Pauli and Hoffenheim also to come from the Bundesliga. Lyon, Paris FC, Lorient and Brest, Rennes and Auxerre, and Toulouse and Metz in Ligue 1. It's really an extended break here. Bit of trouble, a bit of bleeding. Looks like I'll have Kemp's forehead. Throughout the grounds, I guess, early in the weekend for Serie A, Lecce 0, Sassuolo 0, Pisa 0, Verona 0, and the big surprise came, Torino 1, Napoli 0. They love playing the big boys, Torino. So massive win there for them. Roma went down to Inter Milan, Inter going and winning in the capital 1-0. Obviously, you've got the later games. So Atalanta and Lazio, Milan and Fiorentina, and Cremonese and Udinese play on Monday Night Football. So Kempful patched up. And we will get back underway with the drop ball, and Butte will take this over. Extended a break here, taking the sting out of the second half action, but we are back underway. A round of applause for Kempf, who's re-entered the pitch. Expect a lot of second half stoppages, I guess, after that extended break there. Paz battling. Lloyd Kelly under pressure. Lloyd Kelly running out of grass. Kakare won it back. Nico Paz, great back heel. Kakare. Alberto Moreno. Kakare again. Really smartly played there by Alberto Moreno, and Como now can swing the play. Ramon. That's his right-hand side. Back to the substitute. Oh, it's a poor pass from him. Giving the ball to Jonathan David. Here's Chico Conceição now. And he slipped at a very, very important moment. That's third time in this game he's done that. Here's Kakare now. It's end-to-end to start the second half. Como driving forward with Kakare. He slipped also. And the ball was behind Morata. And he's full of both ends, both these two sides. The theme of the game so far, getting into dangerous spots, but not doing anything with it. Here's Kefren Turam. Advantage played. Here's Pierre Kalulu. Chico Conceição once again. Morata with him every step of the way. Moreno. Sorry, with him every step of the way. And he's got stomped on there. He's putting a real good shift today, Conceição. Player that's not always a nailed-on starter, but at his best. Absolutely electric. And he's shown little passages today of that. Yildiz loses the ball and then ends up fouling. Yeah, the Turkish internationals kept very, very quiet. And Solcic done very well there. Gets body between Yildiz and the football and then ends up winning the foul. Cannot forget there was a lot of yellow cards in the first half as well. So in the second half, Smolcic is on a yellow. Alberto Moreno is on a yellow. Lloyd Kelly is also on a yellow. The referee was willy-nilly handing out cards in the first 20 minutes or so. So obviously Diego Carlos was also a yellow card, but he's been taken off. So just to watch there. Any of those on a yellow card just to make sure they don't do anything rash in this second half. And make the teams unbalanced in the numbers on the pitch. We avoided chasing down this throw. In the end, brings Cambiaso to the ground. Free kick, Juventus. Here's Lloyd Kelly. Great noise for those Como fans. Como obviously attacking that home end there. Here's Kempf. Moreno. Done well to shake off the Conceição challenge. Now with Butte. You want to build Como out from the back here. Here's Oliver Kempf. That pass drilled into the midfield area, but in the end, pinballing off Tjörn Koopmeiners' foot. Now to play. Lloyd Kelly. Rugani appears to have pulled down Kenan Yildiz. Nico Paz, however. So foul Como. They're going to bail out there because Juve should never have fouled 2-on-1. Another mistake for Daniel Rugani, who's not a great return in this game here. Maxime Perone. slower start to the second half here. Not the same intensity of the first, but Voida's done well there. In the end, Cambiaso has fouled him. Here's Maxime Perone, cross ball to find Alberto Moreno. Oh, the ball for Ovamorato ends up hitting Kakare and not reaching its target. Conceição once again, still going to get his head down and run at this back line. Back underway here quickly. Conceição's back pass has been broken up by Ovamorato. Nico Pads. Voida's hit! It's deflected all! And Kakare on the follow-up could have put it in but missed. Gregorio parried the ball straight into the path of the midfield player, and to be honest, he probably should have done better. No obvious pressure in front of him. Had to direct it goalward. Massive chance squandered for Como. How many can they keep missing before it comes back to hurt them? David's run into problems. The problem has given him a foul. Ramon. David really hasn't been involved. It's beyond the other two in the front three that have really done most of the damage. And here is the main man, Conceição. The Portuguese ducking inside, Kalulu. Great pass there. Find Kenan Yildiz. Smolcic down well to make the challenge. When is Dusan Vlahovic coming on? That is the question we have to ask, because it's all gone a little bit quiet in the second half for Juventus. They had all those chances towards the back end of that first half there. The Kefren Turan one stands out as the obvious miss. Obviously an offside goal as well. Tion Koopman is deemed offside. He's been at the heart of everything. And obviously this man as well, Chico Conceição. Here's Kalulu at the right back. Great whipped in ball. It's gone over everyone. Valverde's got time to get rid. Great football from Como. Just threw one-touch stuff out the back here. Perone. Thuram's taken Smolcic out, and that's a foul. The Frenchman there. You see the stats there. Just looking through them now. Yeah, on the base of things, statistic-wise, it is quite level. Possession basically level, but the expected goals is the big thing for me. 1.2 to the 0.6 of Juve. Juve had the 9 shots. Most of the ones that are being blocked or missed. So, as much as they have had a lion's share of possession just, they haven't really done much with it. That's really the problem. That is Juventus's main issue going forward. It is them going forward. How can they find a way to goals? Who's their consistent centre forward? How can they get more energy into their play and more precision in their play in the final third? Here's Kempf, the goal scorer. Drives away from Jonathan David. On the ball in to Acuna. Ball being deflected a play for a Como throw. Gregorio has made the 3 saves, however, in this game. So, a foul for Morazzo on Kalulu. It's really become quite scrappy second half. I don't think Como will be too against that, as long as they can stay in control of the scrappy nature of the game. But Juve nick a goal here. They get some momentum. It could be game on in the last half an hour. We've hit the hour mark here. Still 1-0 in favour of Como. Locatelli's ball, fantastic to find Kefren Turan. He tried his best to keep the ball alive, but Ramon just forcing him out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Butte. Really stop-start nature to this second half so far. No superstars, which I came into the game talking about. Haven't really hit the ground running in the second half. Here is one of them in Nico Pats. Great turn, but his pass poor. Miners breaks it up. And Jonathan David will look through. And was brought down by the Cunha. And somehow that's not a yellow card. Tell you what, if anything's a yellow card, so that probably is the most obvious one. Skipper the Cunha got away with one. $30 or so out of you'd think. Koopmeiners the only man standing over this one. It's going to be him to test Butte. It's got a three-man Como wall. There's two Juventus players making their own wall. Well, three Juventus players making their own wall alongside that. Koopmeiners' left foot from around 30 yards out. What can the Dutchman produce? It's Koopmeiners! Oh, it's dipping as well. It wasn't far away. Got it up. Just couldn't quite get it down after it got over the wall. Good speed on that whip and sent that Butte. Looked like he got across and covered that off well. It's been one of the brighter performances we've seen from Theo and Koopmeiners, though, in a black and white kit. Smolcic has gone down there holding his ribs. Another stoppage in this second half. Coming together and then landing flush on those ribs. That's why Smolcic is down. Not a man that normally stay down. You can see that Kenan Yildiz is there apologising. Dusan Vlahovic still waits his turn. Here is Kalulu. Diagonal crossfield pass. To find Cambiazo. It's a ball in. It's Koopmeiners. Oh. A lot of time in the box, but that high lobbed in ball meant Koopmeiners couldn't deliver much power on that header. And as such, Butte could get across and get horizontal quite easily. I thought the ball had too much on it from Cambiazo, but in the end, it just lofted and dropped in. Straight on Koopmeiners' head, and maybe he could have done a little bit better. Maybe generate a little bit more power on that header to get it past Butte, but in the end, quite a simple save from the French goalkeeper. Does feel advantage Juve here in this second half, continuing that momentum from the first 45. As we're just under 20 minutes into this second half here. They've got more of the ball. They're creating all the chances. Locatelli now. Searching ball there, but too much for Jonathan David to go and chase down, and Butte can collect. Como fans still making all those noise. Butte. Now Oliver Kempf. Into Kakade. Great turn away from Teon Koopmeiners. And now Da Cunha. The skipper can drive. Finding the ever-dazzling Nico Pats. And his touch was just away from himself again. Happened twice already this game. That's a great flick on header by Jonathan David. It's Conceição now going forward. Gets away from the Da Cunha challenge. Conceição still. The cutback. It's come to David. Kefran Thuram. And in the end, handball against David in both ends of the park. Two massive chances Both wasted. Another wasted chance by Nico Pads. Another wasted chance by Juventus. He just overcomplicated that counter-attacking move. That's going to be the word of the second half, you feel. Counter-attack. It's going to be Juventus committing up the pitch, wanting the goal, or trying to get at this Como side as they play out from the back. And for Como, with Juve getting up the pitch, there's chances in behind for themselves. It's about who, though, can actually put their chance away. Both teams so wasteful. Here's Kenan Yildiz now. There he is. There he goes. Drops the shoulder and drives. And the ball in behind a Kefren Turam is... Smolcic down again. He could be in a bit of trouble here. Not stretching at all. He's had a hamstring, he's had a knee. He broke the pass up, but in doing so, he might have hurt himself. It's a very delayed reaction. Don't actually understand what is wrong with Smolcic here, but he has gone down. There is Assane Diao, an option from the bench. And it's Alex Valle. Yildiz, Turam. Back to Kenan Yildiz. Great give and go action. The cutback looked on for Jonathan David, but broken up once again by this Como back line. Cambiaso's ball. Turam rising for the header, but off target. Juve coming here. They've got a real head of steam in the second half. Just so they can get a few passes link up well and that final end product to be bang on. It just hasn't fallen their way as of yet. It's Alex Valle coming on. And it'll be Alberto Moreno to make way, and Kakare will also make way for Dovikas. So a big centre forward coming on. And a new fullback as well for Como. Maybe a reshuffling, maybe a front two. Have to wait and see. Back underway, however. Doesn't like Como going to hold on, especially when you're bringing on a centre forward like Dovikas. Pass. Voivoda now. Smolcic overlapping. Smolcic's ball. Di Gregorio punching. Touch from Valle. To no one in particular. Valle's ball into the box now. Nico Paz tries to rise. Smolcic there, but Kenan Yildiz can turn away. Great footwork to get away from Smolcic. And now Kefren Turam. He's been quite quiet today for his lofty standards. Now with Jonathan David. Como backpedaling, but back with blue numbers flooding. David, Turam, now Conceição. To get that left foot, you'd think. Goes bar line, gets the right footed ball into the box. Oh, what a challenge from... Oh, a lot going on back there. Now another Como man's gone down. Looks like Voivoda there. First Juve corner of the game. It's taken into the 70-minute mark to do so. 20 to play and still 1 goal down. That 4th minute effort from Oliver Kempf. Enough so far. Yildiz' ball. Dealt with by Butte. Kelly came close. Here is Manuel Locatelli. Cambiaso now. Yildiz. Kelly up. Pats just hooks clear. Got another man down. It's this time Oliver Kempf. So Oliver Kempf has reopened that cut, so this might be the end of his day. And once more, stop-stunt nature to this second half. He actually goes down holding his foot. It's interesting. Long delay. Sorry for the lack of entertainment, but I got nothing to look at and react to here. Vlahovic still warming up. I don't know how long it can take for a man to get warm. He's ready to go, coach. Get him in. We're going to get a lot of stoppage time in this second half. We feel like we've barely played football. We're in the 73rd minute, so 8-9 minutes at least. Drop ball, we're back underway. Okay, finally some football. Really has taken the sting out of this one. Locatelli to Cambiaso. Thuram now. Look for that reverse ball, but broken up. Nico Pats now. Falling over there, but no foul given. Thuram couldn't find Conceição. Valle is fouled. I have to think about it there, the referee, but in the end gives the free kick. The way of the Como man. Thuram also down. This has become a bit silly. Thuram clearly frustrated. Probably quite rightly so. It's been a really agonising watch second half. Then I want to take it up for you guys at home as well, probably. But let's hope it picks up in the last few minutes here of this second half. A quarter of an hour regulation to go. Plus definitely double digits worth of stoppage time. The Cunha's done well initially. Valle now. It's come off the foot of Locatelli. So the Como throw now in a dangerous spot. Alex Valle doing his best work on the left-hand side now. Seeing that stat there from the commentator. 4 of Juve's 9 goals this season have come in the last quarter of an hour. So you can't switch off for this side. You shouldn't stop believing if you're a Juve fan. Here's Morata. The coat miners gave it away. Rugani hooks clear. And Smolcic gets rid. Nico Paz just fouling Locatelli there. He's one of the few that haven't picked up a yellow card yet for Como. The Cunha looking to press straight at this Juve side and keep them under pressure. There he is, Dusan Vlahovic. You can see him on the touchline there, ready to go. Here's Conceição. Away from 2 challenges, if not the third. Vicas's ball, not great. That's a hand ball against Locatelli, and he falls to the ground in frustration. It's been that sort of second half. Here you go. Koopman is coming off. He's had a solid game, but once again, not able to make an impact. Locatelli, the skipper, will come off as well, allowing Weston McKennie to make his way onto the pitch. So Kenan Yildiz grabs the armband. So it'll be David and Vlahovic up top. You think some sort of 4-2-2 configuration with Conceição and Yildiz as sort of like wide number 10s, David and Vlahovic up top. As you can see, it's going to be Vlahovic as the furthest forward though. He is the number 9. He'll put this back line under pressure. Different sort of threat versus David. More physical, stronger, better with back to goal. Here is Duvikas. Got the ball for Nico Pats. Voivoda. Voivoda still. And like Kelly in to make the challenge and now run away with it. Find Jonathan David. The return pass is difficult to take down. And Kelly gives it away. That back pass gave Vlahovic a sniff. And Bute now with Ramon. Weston McKennie's header. Puts Kalulu under pressure. Duvikas is there. Same too is Voivoda, but away from trouble he goes. Here's David McKennie. Kalulu now. Yep. Vlahovic in the box. Doesn't reach him. Perone. And here's the counter-attack we're talking about. Nico Pats is running through. Cuts inside. Nico Pats! What a goal! Nico Paz! That's spectacular! And that's what the kid's all about. Chopping on the left foot and rifling it into the back of the net. He is a wonder kid. Watch him shine. What a finish on Nico Pats. And Como, a swift striking counter-attack. And it had to be Nico Pats. The goal and the assist. And what a way to do it. The battle of the number 10s is being won today by Nico Pats. And that might just wrap up this game. Looked like his touch got away from him. Cambias had a half chance, but cutting inside on that left foot. It's a weapon. And he curls that ball spectacularly into the side netting and into the back of the net. Stand up and take notice, world football, because Nico Pats is that guy. What a finish from the Wonder Kid. Soak it up, Como fans. I think Los Blancos will be knocking on your door not too long from now. This is something special from Nico Pats. And these Como fans can believe now. 2 to the good. They haven't been that great in the second half, but you don't have to be. Jean Mario and Kostic need to come on and try and make it happen for Juve. It might be too little too late for them. Thuram ran into Perone, but he got the ball out to Cambiaso, who I thought did a very good job there, one-on-one defending with Nico Paz, but he's just special, isn't he, Nico Paz? Morata outside of the foot pass is fabulous. Alex Valle now. Just making it zing. If possession football was a language, the Como language is beautiful because this is great football here. Morata now. Valle. Da Cunha. Peroni. It's just one pair of feet to the next. That's kept alive by Nico Paz. No, it's not. Thought it was kept alive momentarily, but the linesman thought otherwise. It's Cambiaso. Juve have to act swiftly and quickly because time is not their friend right now. 9 minutes of regulation time plus at least 10 you'd think of stoppages. Got about 20 minutes to score 2 goals to salvage a point here in Como. Thuram, Vlahovic. He was darting that ball into Cambiaso, but dealt with in the end. Morata's done well there. Hold that ball up. Da Cunha's got it back from him. Here's Vlahovic now, running at Oliver Kempf. Conceição on the outside of him. Here's Conceição. Conceição. It's formed to Dusan Vlahovic. Cambiaso. Straight at Butte. It's all happening now in this game. It's come to life. Just for a moment, I thought it fell to Dusan Vlahovic in the box, and that would have been dangerous. Fabregas still barking his orders. Smolcic down and stretching. So Regani's day is done. Filip Kostic is on. And Cambiaso off as well. To be placed by João Mario. So there might be some rotation at the back there. Kostic will play as the left-sided defender. It'll be Kelly. And it looks like João Mario's going to drop in as a centre-half. Obviously, got McKennie will be in front of them protecting that back line. But right now, it's all about goals. Stefan Posch now ready to come on for Como as well. Butte's throw. Well dealt with there by Smolcic. Kalulu, ducked inside. He's a new centre-half then. So João Mario right back. Kostic left back. McKennie in midfield alongside Kefran Thuram. It's Kalulu and Lloyd Kelly at the back. The front two of Jonathan David alongside Dusan Vlahovic. Here's Conceição. He's been kept relatively quiet in the second half compared to his lofty standards of the first. Stefan Posch has gotten his yellow vest back on, so maybe he's not quite coming on just yet. Kalulu, McKennie. That's what I talk about with Juventus. It's just the onus to try and take the game on a little bit more. Play that crossfield diagonal. Get the ball to your wide players quicker. Here's Kefran Thuram. Lofted ball looking for Dusan Vlahovic, but Butte can easily collect in the end. Butte. Oh, great first time pass. That's reached Nico Paz, who slid in to keep the ball well. And what a pass. Duvikas. It's Duvikas. Diego Gordio. Not really trouble there. The ball straight at him. Great link up there by Duvikas and Nico Paz. That's a real dangerous duo, isn't it? Smolch it down again, and that's going to really infuriate the Juve players. Stefan Posch ready to go, so should be Smolcic off. And Stefan Posch on in his place. There's that last shot there from Duvika. Set up by Nico Pats, and then look at that effort from Nico Pats. Unstoppable curling effort into the far corner. That is unbeatable. Got kick off at Elche and Athletic Club. Outside of that, no game, elsewhere. Smolcic in some sort of discomfort here, so that's why there's been another break in play. All right, there we go. Substitution finally made. Stefan Posch on. Smolcic off. And now we are into the final 3 minutes. Goes without saying, kitchen sink time now for Juventus. Both sides have made 4 substitutions, so 1 more to be made for each side. McKennie, Jamario, D'Acunha brought down McKennie there. So free kick for Juventus. To play short, they will. Kalulu now. That's a poor ball into the area. It's going to come back his way, luckily enough for himself. McKennie. Jamario. Conce Sao. It's a nice whipped in ball, but too much loft and too much depth, so Bute can come and collect. More time can be ran off the clock now for this Como side. It's Perone, Thuram, David, and Voivoda who's covered the most ground in this match. Jamario with a back pass. Gregorio had to be quicker out there. Alex Valle was pressing. Como not going to stop their style of football just because they're leading 2 goals to 0. They'll still press. Nico Pats' pass. Morata now. Alex Valle. Morata had a really good game today. Nico Pats. Voivoda now. Posch in behind him. Duvika's header is lacking power and precision and off target in the end, so chance missed there for Como. Philip Kostic now for Juventus. McKennie. Can we see Juve score? I think that's more the question here. Dusan Vlahovic does well to hold off Kempf. In the end, crowded out by D'Acunha, and Kempf just hoiks clear. McKennie. David brought down by Voivoda. That's a free kick in a central, but reasonably close area. We approach the end of regulation time. Thinking probably 10 minutes of stoppages to come, so we're nowhere near the end of this one. Still a lot of chance for chaos to happen. 8 minutes confirmed of stoppage time. I feel like that's still unders, considering all the stoppages we've had and the goal as well. But 8 it is, decided by the fourth official. Vlahovic is going to absolutely rocket this one, you'd think. Standing over this one, 35 or so yards out. 3-man Como wall. Dusan Vlahovic put across quite easily in the end. Enough to test the keeper, but not enough power to beat him. In the end, it probably was curling wide. McKennie now. What are you, minute down to 8? It's just crazy how time can fly past. Paz pressing. Thuram. Shows the intent of the young creative midfielder. And I guess the obsession with the style of football that Como wants to play. Very reminiscent of an AFC Bournemouth in the Premier League, that they'll play their style no matter what, home or away, how big or small your club is. They will press you. They will play through lines. They will not adjust for you. There's Alvaro Morata's day done. What a game he's had today, Alvaro Morata. I said it's probably his best I think I've seen with him in a Como shirt. And Van der Brent on for a little bit more solidity in this side. Two in to 8 of stoppage time now. Long throw, headed away. Mario into a dangerous spot. Oh, gee, wasn't dealt with for a minute there. Here come Como the break once more. Nico Paz slipped on the pass again. The footing the players are using must be off, because we've seen that multiple times today. Alex Vaya looking to get up the pitch and press, but Kalulu can turn and get Juve back going forward. That pass just too much for Chico Conceição to chase down. It's going to look like a massive win here for Como. Really consistent effort over the 90 minutes. Again, didn't dominate the whole thing. They just had their moments. They took their chances. They made the better chances, to be honest. They pressed well, defended as a back line quite coherently as well. Vlahovic shrugging off a challenge and then in frustration pulling that shot wide. And that's a summary of what Juve's day has been like today. Another big victory, another feather in the cap of Cesc Fabregas. It's just incredible the work he's been doing here with this Como side. And like I've mentioned, there'll be eyes all over Nico Paz and his future potentially going back to Real Madrid, but also eyes on what Cesc Fabregas will do with his future. Does he go to one of Europe's elite? The struggles of Simeone at Atletico Madrid. Potentially Manchester United losing Ruben Amorim. You've got to have a look and see what the job that Cesc Fabregas has done with his football club and think he could take on a big opportunity, a big job, and do it very, very well. Halfway through stoppages now. 4 out of the 8. Kalulu. Here's Mario. Great challenge from Dulvikas. Again, highlighting the effort and the intensity of Como with and without the football. Pressing, energy, and winning it back there, like we've seen. Pats. Mario done well to win that ball back. And David's fouled by Pet on it. Another slow day at the office for Juventus. Struggles are there. Just hitting up here in the touchline. Cesc just throwing the ball at Van der Bremt, and he's taking exception to that. Ball forward, dealt by Kempf, who's basically been everywhere today. Scoring in the first 4 minutes, then keeping a clean sheet, looks like, as well. He's had a fabulous performance. But obviously, Nico Pats has been the man. Long throw, Kempf again winning that initial first ball. Alex Valle winning the second, and a foul by Cesc on the Spaniard. Really could be a sign of things to come for Como. A real bright start to this season. Only the one loss in Serie A. As it stands, 9 goals scored, 5 conceded. It's gone 7 games without a win for Juve now. So there you go. That summarises where Juve at right now. Struggling in all departments. 2 away from the first challenge, but not the second. As it says, as we currently stand, Como going to 5th now with better goal difference than Juventus. So you look at that top group: Inter, Napoli, Roma, Milan, and Como. It's looking pretty established that Como are going to be some of the big boys this season. Kostic has fouled Nico Pats there. With obviously Bologna and Atalanta trailing, they're also against amongst it as well. As it stands, Lazio are nowhere near it. They look like a long way off this top group. Obviously, depending on results for Atalanta and Bologna, but Como could end the weekend in the top 5. That means Europa League football. That means European football, most importantly, for this exciting young group and for this exciting project. How long it actually lasts, I don't know, but there's a lot of talent all over the park and upstairs as well. And that is full time. What a performance for Como. What a performance from Nico Pats. Cesc Fabregas decided to once again flex their muscles and got the better of the old lady here on a Sunday afternoon. It was dominant. They controlled the big moments. They took their chances. And Juve, once again, continue to be stuck in their rut. Goals are becoming hard to come by. Wins are becoming hard to come by. But Como are on the way up. This home crowd ecstatic with the performance. It was Oliver Kempf who touched home. A great ball to the box by Nico Pats. And then that man, Nico Pats, scored himself a great solo goal in the second half of the 79th minute to top off a fabulous display. 2-0 to Como. Juve, many problems, but for Como, top 5 now in the Serie A. How high can they finish come season's end? That wraps us up here for Super Sunday. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gents. I'll see you guys next week. We might actually have Soccer Saturday coming back, so it could be a double live stream next weekend, but we'll definitely be back for Super Sunday. Massive games to come. If you enjoyed it, guys, please smash a like on it. Check out more videos on the channel. We've got the Premier League review coming Monday evening, and obviously the big full Players Own podcast where we will be wrapping up this game on Wednesday, early hours of the morning. So keep tuned to the channel. A lot of exciting things to come. Stay tuned for it. It's going to be a massive week here on the Players Own channel. Till next time, guys, I'll see you later.